be good friends. I'm just playing. Don't look at me, but look at me. I look crazy. Today is Monday the 18th. So, hola amigos. ¿Cómo estás? How you doing? How you living? Broken nail. It was supposed to look like this. A little gun. But it broke when I was doing some very dangerous activities. Cooking dinner. I'm nauseous as fuck, you guys. Anywho, let's chat. So today was the first official day without the dialer, and let me tell you guys, it was a bitch, a fucking horse slut. I kept getting inbound calls, and everybody's like, my supervisor told me to reach out to you. My supervisor told me to reach out to you. I don't know what to do. And I was like, your supervisor doesn't know what to do? Yeah, my supervisor told me to reach out to you. Okay, ma'am. Anyways, so that's pretty much the calls today. Then I was on the mailbox, which was not bad. Okay. And then I had a meeting. I was almost late for the meeting because I had something else going on because my supervisor. So, it was just a nightmare. It's like they replaced the dialer with inbound calls. And then none of the supervisors know what to do, so I keep calling. But yet they want us to help other departments, but other departments have supervisors and they can't fucking do anything. So anyways, this week, well, actually not this week, last week, it's been the weirdest week of my life. So everyone and their mom and their daddy and their cousin and their brother was accusing me of cheating on them, okay? It started with, I can't even remember where it started from, to be honest with you. And then, we'll just try to deal with the ones, it started with Dathan, actually. So he told me I was sneaky. And he was like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you because you're sneaky. And I know that you're out there with other men. I was like, and where did you get this information from, sir? I'm dying to know. Because I am dying to know where you found my sneaky hoe stuff at. He never told me. He just kept telling me how sneaky I was. And I was like, okay, but how can I be sneaky if I'm single? Like, háblame. So then, after that, Marvin told me that I was back with my ex. I don't know where he got that information from or where that came from. So then he told me that. Then the DJ told me I was back with my ex, and I don't know where he got that from. Then Kevin Park Dews told me that I was interested in other people, and I don't know where he got that from. So it was just all week, everybody was like, you like this person, you're with that person. And I had been talking to my ex, not like, oh my God, let me go. But it was just, we just chat. So, we have been talking all week, but apparently I'm giving the vibes and the energy that I'm getting back with him. So it was unbeknownst to me, you know what I mean? So I just found out, and I'm letting y'all know too, because I'm sure you guys would want to know if I was getting back with him as well. So there you have it. But on a real note, you guys know. Okay? But on a real note, well, another month has went by without my stepmom, which led me to an epiphany of why I have not been out in the streets. Do you guys know the last time I was in the streets was when my stepmom was alive? When she passed away, I was currently in the middle of being in the streets. It was like the 4th of July, 6th of July, around that time. I didn't have vaginal sex at the time, but I had some interactions, and that was my last interaction, but it was right like before she passed away. And then after that, my vagina shut down production, and it's been a morning with me. We've been a morning together, so I haven't been outside. But I also realized something that maybe I never had in my life was she made me realize how much I needed to value myself, think of myself, and you know, I was wilding for the longest time. Oh, the last person thinking of that is fucking the principal. He was the favorite one because he FaceTimed me. Well, first we were texting. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Haven't talked to you in a while." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm chilling. You know, chilling. I'm cleaning the room right now." And he was like, "Oh, okay." So then I don't know how he segued, my guys. I don't know what the segue was. Sunday. So he was like, "Have you stocked up on condoms?" And I was like, "I haven't needed to." And he was like, "Hmm." And I was like, question mark. And he's like, "Call me." And then he said straight to voicemail ass. And then I called him. I called him just on the phone, not the FaceTime, because I wasn't in the mood for the FaceTime. I was not up and showered and all that because he's early. I guess because he's a principal, he's up early, too early. I wasn't showered, none of that yet, so I didn't want to FaceTime, but he wanted to FaceTime. So he ends up it's like FaceTime me, and then he was like, "Let me see the drawer," because y'all know the drawer over here is where I keep all my condoms at. And I was like, "4," and he was like, "I just want to see." He does this every time he calls me. So I show him, and he was like, "You've been using them. That's what they're there for." But I really haven't. And so I used it in July because I did, like I said, I did stuff, but that was the last time. So he asked to see it, and he was like, "Oh, it looks like you're using them." What actually happened was my gummy bears were in there, and so everything was disheveled. It wasn't a straight line before, it was very neat, but then I threw my gummy bears in there, and then it was disheveled. So then he was like, "I need to get a 6-piece." He doesn't mess with anybody. I was like, "Who is it? Like, what have you done last?" And it was me. And as far as like vaginal sex, he was the last person I was with. So he doesn't believe me though. So then the last time he came over, he took condoms from me as well, but he gave those to his son. And so he just comes over here and he constantly takes my condoms, but doesn't use them. He doesn't use them. He just takes them. And so I came to the conclusion that this motherfucker thinks that I won't buy more condoms. Like, that's the last ones on earth. And that I won't be intimate with not another person on the planet. And so once he keeps taking them, because he takes 6 at a time. So he was like, "I need a 6-piece." And I was like, "That doesn't make sense for you to come all the way over here to come get these." Like, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense. You live on the west side, I live on the east side. Like, it doesn't make sense. That's a 45-minute drive for you to come and get this. And he was like, "No, like," and no, he's like, and I was like, "It doesn't make sense. The store's up the street from you. Like, I've been to your house. You got plenty of stores around you." And so he, again, and I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "I want to come see you." But he really literally comes over here for 15 fucking minutes and leaves. He didn't even come in this time because I was not in the mood. I just wasn't. I'd been cleaning all day, and the dog was out. My daughter was doing her toes. Like, oh no, she was getting a thing out of her toes, like those pokey things that you see. She was getting that out of her toe. She was in the living room, and I didn't feel like doing anything. Like, go away, because I don't let anybody see him. He just comes in. He's like a ghost. So my dog doesn't even know. My dog only met one person. So I was like, I don't even feel like doing that. So we chilled outside for 15 minutes, and then he left, but he just took the condoms and left. And I was like, he must think I'm not going to replace him. Plus, I found where I can get a bunch of them for $12. So I'm excited. But, because I think I spent $9 for 15. I can get 40 for 12. So I'm pretty excited. But anyways, back to what I was really trying to tell y'all. After my stepmom passed away, I felt like, you know, because she had spoke so much life into me and gave me so much love, and like, I don't know, she not necessarily was like trying to guide me or anything, but she definitely made me feel valued. And after she was gone, I just really felt different on the inside about like interactions and people that I was interacting with, down to even Terrell. Like that's when I knew like some shit was going on for real, because I noticed something about myself was I'm so used to giving and things being like so one-sided that I don't register it a lot of times because I'm naturally a giving person. So I will go into it with my full whole heart every single time and not even realize that it's one-sided. And then one day I realized, like, you know, he had been here in the States for since September, okay? And we talked for like a whole month, but we were talking about seeing each other and all that good stuff. But I realized he was just talking and talking about it, and I'm like, okay, why do you say it like every single day, but there's no action behind any of this? And I just feel like if you want to be with me, around me, near me, close to me, you'll make shit happen, because that's what I'm looking for, the make shit happen dude. He just kept talking about it. He's like, send me your information, send me this or that, and we'll make it happen. And I'll tell you in 2 days. 2 days went by, and I was like, okay. So obviously, on the totem pole of things and priorities, I was not on that list. And I always made him a priority. So it was kind of like, okay, now I see like what's really going on. Before we had these, you know, time zones and all kinds of stuff in between us. But now that you're here and we can make it happen, I see that it's kind of like time zones or whatever is in between us still. And so that made me reflect on everything. And then I looked at the totality of the whole situation. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Then I was like, I definitely poured and gave everything in my all into that situation. And I know that I always tried to make sure he was okay. None of these things are actually being reciprocated. I don't realize things until it's too late. So that's when I was kind of like, I gotta let it go. I'm always gonna care, and I will always check on him because still I feel very protective over him, but I just can't pour the same amount of energy. I can't hold that same empty space for somebody that doesn't have that space for me. And so it's just a lot of things that were going on, a lot of revelations during times like stressful times. And it's always like around the part of the month where my stepmom passed away. I watch tarot readings like constantly. They're talking about like the evolution, and the, you know, obviously it's a Gemini reading, the evolution of like growth, where you're trying to be more selective around people that you're around. And that's what I've been doing. Like the minute that I see something that I don't like, I don't engage with that person anymore, and I just let it go. So I had been doing that with a lot of people, and I just wouldn't respond. So Kevin Deuce, he freaking, we kind of like, I don't know, get into it a little bit yesterday. I don't know, like I wasn't into it, but I could tell that he was very passionate about things, and I just was like, are you good? Because like I kept telling him from last week, I was like, I don't feel like I'm the person for you. Like, you want different things than I want. I don't want kids. I don't want kids. Like, I have these inklings of where I want kids. Like, I definitely feel like baby fever. But in real life, no. I am not trying to wake up in the middle of the night. I am not trying to change no diapers. I'm definitely not trying to fund no changing of the diapers. Diapers are fucking expensive. I like, none of the things sound appealing to me right now, okay? I love kids. If I had a kid, then hey, but I probably would be a totally different mom than I was in my 20s. Like, the patience of a saint, and then I would become a demon this time around. Like, I don't know that I would have it. And so I just don't see that in my future. Plus, I'm selfish as whore, okay? Like, I told him, I was like, I want all of my man's attention, time, energy, everything. So I don't want no kids in between it. Like, I want to be his baby. I want to be in his skin. I want all of him all the time, because that's the energy I'm on. Like the next dude I'm with, I'm going to live inside of his skin, and I want to be with him all day and all night. Now I say this, but I like my me time too. So anyways, but that's the intent. The intent is what makes it real. We're kind of going back and forth and back and forth over things, and I was just letting him know, like, hey, I feel like maybe there's somebody better suited for you that wants kids and yada yada rada rada. And he was like, no, I want you. And I was like, no, because everybody has big issues with using condoms. Everyone has big issues, but you guys are going around poking your shit inside of people without condoms on, and I don't want to get dirty, okay? So until I know that that's my actual man, and even still, I don't trust that motherfucker. So unless it's Jeremy, because he would tell me his selectivities, and I appreciate about that, because I would tell him my selectivities, he'll tell me his selectivities, and we make the perfect match. I don't know why I play with that man's feelings so much. Anyways, so eventually, yeah, he's like, he wants to be my man, my man, my man, my man, but he only talks about sex. And I'm like, are you sure you're signing up to be somebody's man, or do you want to fuck? Because, like, honestly, it is what it is. If that's what you want, then that's what you want. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I'm just telling this, like, I have a very good tactic that I use, so I'm trying to teach the tactics. Anyways, so yeah, he's like, eventually, because I'm not backing down on my stance of not having kids. I'm like, I'm not going to change my mind about not having kids, and I'm not going to change my mind about the condom. So you just gotta deal with it or move on. I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And so then he was like, I don't want to lose you this time, this, that, and there. He just kept saying he didn't want to lose me. He never had me to lose me, so that was the weird part. But we just go on with the delusion, I guess. And so that's kind of where we left it, is just that. Now he's just like, hey, my love, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. My father's a temp, okay? I fell for the love bombing before. I did. I fell for all that shit before. Probably twice. Probably Kevin and Terrell. I fell for it, okay? But I'm not gonna keep falling for that. Y'all seen me since 2021. I have not fell for it. Y'all see me attached to anybody? Y'all see me shedding tears over anybody? No. So that's that. This girl's grown now. She learned. She let her father's DNA seep through her body, and she became the player. But that's the only reason why the men want the conquest, to be honest with you, is because I don't give off energy that I want a relationship, because I don't. Like, when I find the one that I want to, the pressure will be different. It will be different. But right now I haven't found that, so I just fuck around, you know what I mean? But even now, like, even entertaining the conversations or doing any of that stuff is just not appealing to me. Like, I will get a couple of, like, sawed-offs in there and talk, and then I'm just like, forgetting what I'm bringing to the table, because I bring a lot to the table. What's that song? I'm sorry, I bring me, or something like that. But I'm so nauseous. But yeah, my stepmom is the one that made me feel like I I have a lot more, like, I'm worth a lot more, and I shouldn't be settling for less, because you already did that before. You already settled for less before. You see where that got you. You're gonna be ending up in a one-sided relationship again. You're gonna feel unloved, undervalued, and where in the whole situation was the love proven on their side? So I just felt like, you know what? But like I said, with Terrell, I always check on him because I just know him. But if he has somebody else checking on him and doing the things that I used to do and actually checking and giving a fuck about him, then I'm happy for him, because he does need someone to check on him. He does need someone to love him. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing for sure he definitely needs. But will they ever be me? Fuck no. Will they ever love as hard as me? Fuck no. But, and will they ever know from thousands of miles away that there's something wrong? Fuck no. But you can try to get the next best thing. Whatever the leftovers are. Oh, and y'all, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something. Okay, I met Marvin in 2021 as well. He told me, he's like, I never like was with a girl with locks before. Okay, pause. He posted a picture on Snap yesterday because I'm a Snap slut. And I was like, is that my son? Like, because I call his baby my son. I was like, is that my son's mom? And he was like, yeah. Why does she have locks now? You could tell she's probably in her first or second year of her lock journey, but she also has a septum. She didn't have any of that stuff when I saw her picture before. That's why I didn't even recognize her. But she's a little light skinned ting too. So I was like, she could be my sister. And he just died laughing because I was like, okay, she's cute. Like, she got a man. Have you guys ever watched Broad City? There was an episode where I can't remember her name because I haven't watched it in so long. But anyways, the girl with the curly hair, she met a girl that looked like her, and they were like messing around. Oh my god, that was a hilarious episode. I'm about to find Broad City. Where's that streaming at? You guys need to watch it. It's a hilarious fucking show. Like, I watched it so many years ago. I was so obsessed. Anyways, yeah, that's what it would have reminded me of. But yeah, she looking straight like me. She doesn't even know me. We don't know each other. Like, I know more of her than she knows of me. So yeah, but let's see. What's on Hulu still? I'm about to watch it. It's on Hulu still. They said it's hard. I've already watched it. Anyways, so yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But anyways, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, so back to my stepmom. She loved me like nobody. It's to the point now that I barely talk to my mom. Ever since she passed away, like, my mom was saying that shit. She was like, oh, well, you looked bad the last time I saw you. And I was like crying and I was devastated because she had passed away. And when my mom said that, and she called me 3 weeks later, and obviously I looked better because I had to. I mean, I had to, like, honestly, they don't give you time to mourn. You don't get time to process that shit. So by that time, I was like trying to like move. You can hear my stomach. I'm having issues. I'm so nauseous. Trying to like cope, learn the new world order without her in it. So by that time, she called me and I looked normal. I wonder if she expects me to get over her passing that fast too, not look bad or have a snotty nose or whatever too. But anyways, so she was like, oh, well, you look better now. Now I can talk to you. I was so offended by that. I was so hurt by that. And I just realized in that moment, and I think that's like where it all clicked for me, that people don't fuck with me for real, for real. They're good for using me. They're good for taking from me. They're good for gaining something from me, but they are not there for me for real, for real. And it hurt like hell to realize that my entire family, it wasn't like one person. It was my mom, it was my dad, it was everyone ghosted me while I was fucking mourning my stepmom. They didn't call, and she was the only one. My mom was the only one that saw how devastated I was, because I called her right after I read the text message. Like, in that meeting, I called her. I like shut off my camera and called my mom, and she was very comforting in that moment. But after that, she was just like, you win some, you lose some. But that day was my sister's birthday, and like, none of these, like, they're good for being there for me the one time, right? After I got hit by the car, they had that one time to be there for me. After Cipro, they had that one time to be there for me while I was going through my suicidal ideation. And then after that, they were like, she's good. That's not the way it works, home skillet. after finding out everything that was going on with me and my ex the one time there for me, yeah, and I was just supposed to pick it up and push it forward. And for everyone else, I called, I checked, I'm like, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? And I didn't get that same love back. I didn't get that same reciprocation back. And it sucks when it's your family. It sucks. Because had it been the other way around and my mom had passed away and my stepmom was still here, best believe my stepmom would be calling me every day to check on me. I didn't get that from my mom. Not from my mom, not at all. So, yeah, a lot of that stuff was like put in perspective for me that I'm in these streets alone, okay? It's me and my childrens, and we're alone, and that's fine. But I think it hit her too. Like, yo, she doesn't even call me. She doesn't even reach out to me. So she had started reaching out to me like every 3-4 weeks, whatever the fuck her timeline is, before she realizes she hasn't talked to me. My baby sister, I talk to her all the time. So I'm only going to be good to those who are good to me. I'm only going to give energy to people that give me energy. Even the DJ, I cut him off today. I'm not about to play his game because he's like, all right, bet, say less. Do you know how much less I can say, sweetie? Absolutely nothing. So he's going to find out how less... Oh shit, hold on. I'm getting real mad about 400 come at her. Oh, yeah. Let me tell y'all. Okay, so we had this meeting. We have this meeting every Friday for my team within my team. I work with a specific retailer when it comes to my cases. And so we have meetings about this retailer every Friday. So on Friday, usually there's one person from what we call MRM or CRM, and she comes in and we discuss our cases. So when we're in there, normally MRM Soup's not there. This was the first time in history the Soup, it was there and talked. Like usually she's there, but she's doing something else, I don't know, on the side. But this is the first time she talked. So she was like, I want to know if you guys are bringing the same energy that we're bringing when we're going to blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hold up. I was like, that's why we're having this meeting right now, because we brought the same energy. We got the information from our side. Now we're coming to you guys with your information so we can come together and make a decision. And I know that was not my place because my supervisor was there and she very much could talk for herself. But you're not about to come at my supervisor. Like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but my supervisor, she has a very big heart. She like has cried with me. So you're not gonna come at my supervisor. Like, I don't give a fuck how you feel because I will come out like a Rottweiler, you know? I don't play those games because gang gang up in here, gang gang. And the thing is with MRM, the one person that we always have in the meeting, that's my girl. Like, I know for a fact she's passionate and she's sassy. That's my girl. I don't ever hold anything she ever says against her when she says it, because I know she's coming from a passionate place. She kept apologizing to me today. She's like, all weekend I was thinking about it, and I was like, girl, I know you and I know your heart. Like, I'm not worried about you, but your supervisor, your supervisor, I don't know that bitch. And then she has the nerve to be working with me every week and see me in the meeting and then be like, what's her name? But you know me. You for sure gonna know me after that meeting. I hope her bitch ass shows up for the next meeting too. Because we can go toe for toe. We can go round for round. I don't care. My supervisor is looking at me like, and because I do it very professionally, you know, because I'll sit there and I'll just be like, well, we have brought our information to the table, but no. He's coming at me like a damn Rottweiler. I must come at you like a Wolverine. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, yeah, so she was saying, like, you know, I'm talking to my girl right here. She was saying that before I went to the meeting today, because I was late, but she felt like that supervisor came for her, and she did. And I felt it, and that's why I got defensive, because like I said, for who's in here, I go hard. And like, honestly, my work family has been like this for me. When I was going through mourning, they were checking on me all the time. And they're like, hey, you don't gotta do this or that, or if you need to go home or whatever, you know, they would have my back on that. And so I felt very like loved because I wasn't getting it nowhere else, no one else was checking. Kimana was going through like her own thing. We were going through a lot. Okay, COVID, school, morning, like work. It was a lot of stuff going on at that time. I couldn't even bear to like ask her anything. I was crying like in secret because I felt bad. And I was taking my breaks, my lunches to cry. She was at school, like I don't know how, and she had like that little funeral on her Roblox, and like we just was trying to keep it together. And every time it's around the 10th, my ass is emotional. Don't even realize, because the 10th, like that's when the principal was like trying to roll through. I was emotional all day. Didn't realize it was the 10th, and I wanted to cry all day long. Like my heart was so heavy, and then I realized it because every time the 10th around that week, I start getting super emotional because I miss the fuck out of that woman. And then the other day, and even today, I went on my messenger. There was memories, things I sent her because I don't really talk to anybody on Messenger. Well, now I do because like my coworkers message me on there. 5. The fuck? Oh, it's Kevin now. Tell me why. To brag for his Virginia. He literally is. He's obsessed. Hard times definitely to really bills. That's why I love having little. Why would you post that then? I swear, I tried talking to him and he didn't learn it. This man, I don't know what his obsession is with Desmond, but far be it for me to stop him from trying to educate somebody. Listen, Desmond put out there how much was in his checking account. All power to him. Like, obviously, everybody goes through times where the bank account is not looking as plush as it normally would. Honey, Kevin, you stole my dollar out of our joint account. Where's my dollar? Why are you talking about this man? But, yeah. Yeah. He posted it. I felt like, you know, he's being transparent about things, and for me, like, that's a big deal. I love transparency. I love people that are open and honest and shit like that. So I wasn't mad at it. I just hope like nothing of his bank account was on there. If nothing else, the hackers know who not to steal from. But yeah. Anyways, I had so much on my mind, so much. I had to do the purge. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at in my life. Like, I only fuck with people that fuck with me. I only talk to people who talk to me. I don't extend myself to people that are just expecting me to be like, hey, how are you? Even though I did reach out to Terrell because, like, there are so many things pointing to something not being right and like a feeling, but he's big mad at me. So I hope he does have somebody that's checking in on him. I like from the bottom of my heart hope that he does have somebody that is checking in on him and making sure that he's good and making sure that he's all right, because he needs it. He needs it, and he needs it more than he realizes it. And I just feel like if you're not gonna talk to me, fine. If you're gonna be mad at me over something that you very well know is true, that I was giving the effort, that I was the one that was always checking on you and making sure that you were good and making sure you were right. If you're gonna be mad over that, then definitely you have to look within yourself, because I can't even like literally have a talk with him. Like, if I'm like, hey, I'm feeling some type of way and it's just a talk, and he's thinking I'm gonna be like, and I'm not gonna do. That's not the plan, sweetie. I just want to get on the same page. That's it. And he literally would think it's gonna be like a full out war each time we talked. And he has avoided issues like a motherfucker. And that's fine, because whoever has to deal with it has to deal with it. But for me, it was just too hard because, sorry, because I want to be able to talk. I want to be able to communicate. I already went through that not communication shit and not being able to talk shit. And you know, it turning into World War III every time I was trying to get a point across. And I already went through all that shit. I'm not trying to do that. Like, if I can't have a grown up conversation with you, then you know what? Tricks are for kids. I can't deal with it. I don't do avoidance. I don't like any of that stuff. I just, you know what I mean? Well, I do avoid. I'm not gonna lie. Let me not put that out there that I don't avoid shit, because I do. But when I feel like I just want to talk, I just want to get like your side of the story so I can put the pieces together, because that's how I am at work. I want to hear from both camps and everything like that. We had big beef going on at work. And I'm like, you know, I'll just hear both sides of the story. They both came to me, obviously, and they both told their side of the story. And I could see it from both sides, but I need all the information. If I speculate, because I could be like to him, like, well, you don't fuck with me, you don't love me, and he could tell me something totally different, you know what I mean? And maybe I could have seen it from his way, or maybe I could have understood it, but he doesn't give me the opportunity to speak with him, to get his side of the story. He avoids me, and then he'll come back 2 weeks later and be like, she's forgotten about this now. Now we could talk about normal shit again. And he claimed to want to be in a relationship with me in September. He was like, are we together? Da 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 da. And I was just like, we can't have a normal civilized conversation. How is this gonna work? You know what I mean? Are we gonna have to be under the influence to talk to each other? Like, how is it gonna work? And I don't want it to be like that, to be honest. I want to be able to have a normal talk. Plus, like, for me, I want to be able to see inside, like, deeper. And we've had really, really deep, intense, heart to heart fucking talks before. I miss him like that. I miss that version of him. Whatever shut him off, you know, he was still like this. He was still fucking horrible communicator. But whatever shut him off, even worse, it fucking sucked. It fucking sucked. But like I said, my energy towards him is not ill will. It's not malicious. It's not mad. It's just hurt. It's just realizing I have to value me too. You know what I mean? As much as I put value into others, I have to value myself as well. I have to love me too. It's only fair. It's only right. So I have to do the same thing for myself. And I hope that he finds the person that will help him open up, that will let him feel comfortable with opening up. Because maybe I just wasn't that person, you know, maybe he just thought I was that person, and maybe I wasn't that person, you know what I mean? And he just needs to find that, and so he can be free and just open up and vomit, and hopefully she checks on them too, you know what I mean? Like, it's reciprocated. So nauseous. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here because I don't know how to fucking work my camera. I don't know how to fucking upload jack shit from this camera. Like, I've only done it once successfully. But anyways, I'm gonna try to do it right now. I'm probably not gonna edit anything if I did miraculously get it to work, because now I need to take my Benadryl. Okay, I had to go. I have a lot of shit to do. I love you guys. It was really nice talking to you. Getting some shit off my chest, like, sawed off. And I will talk to you next year, because it's campfire.